through my veins. On the pitch where the glory remains, the cockerel stands brave on the crest. North London pride, this ain't no jest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash, numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd, every game we scream it loud. Tottenham, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Yes, good afternoon and welcome to a new show. Welcome to After the Presser. Yes, we are going to go over a little bit of De Zerbi's first ever press conference as manager or head coach of Tottenham Hotspur ahead of our vital game away at Sunderland at the weekend. So I'll be going over some of the press conference, not every bit of it, but I'm going to take out the important bits, the bits that really stand out, and I think that we need to look at more and talk about more. So this will be happening for every game. This show will be going out live. Now, of course, we can't show the press conference. I wish we could. I really wish we could show it, but we can't because Tottenham have the rights and we don't have rights showing it. But you never know. Maybe in the future it's something that we might be able to do. But yeah, good afternoon. Hope you're all well and you're all having a good Friday. Are we all excited about the game on Sunday? Let me know. And of course, tonight, West Ham, our relegation rivals, kick off first day playing Wolves at home, and a vital game for them, but also vital for us because if West Ham win, we do go into the bottom three before our game on Sunday. So all to play for between now and the 24th of May. It is going to be vital. Now, as I said, I'll be going over the press conferences. I put everything onto PDFs and we will be going over it. Some of the important parts of it, not every bit of the press conference, but important bits that I think are worth talking about. But let's get on with it and let's do crack on. He was started off by saying welcome into Tottenham. His first question with Roberto De Zerbi on joining Spurs. He said, first of all, I'm proud and happy to be here. I have to say thank you to Vinay and Johan because they showed me a big confidence. Now I have to work and now we have to make points. I'm sure about the level of players because many players in the past, I was very close to bringing them to former teams. Former teams. They were working very well. I think I'm not better than Thomas Frank or Igor Tudor because I consider them very good coaches. I would try to bring my style and myself, my character, my personality, my passion to help the players show their qualities because they have a lot of qualities. and then to achieve our target, which is to remain in the Premier League. And that is the main target, isn't it? To stay in the Premier League and remain a Premier League side. And what I like about it there, and what you can take out of there, that he's grateful he's coming to the club, but he's not coming in with a big head, which I think is great. By saying I'm no better than Thomas Frank or Igor Tudor, because I consider them very good coaches, and I suppose there is a managers or a head coach union that this sort of all stick by, a bit like a goalkeeper union or a striker union. You all sort of stick by together. But it is important, as he says there, that I try to bring my style, myself, my character, my personality, and my passion. And that's what we need. That is what we need to that's what he needs to bring onto this squad. His personality, that they play for him, that they play in his image, his philosophy. Which look, it won't be done in 7 games. That's going to take press conferences. That's going to take pre-season. That's going to take the whole of the next summer to get in to do. But I think he's great. He's here. I'm very excited after watching the press conference myself. I'm even more excited now, and I like what he's about. Yes, we can. What he said about Greenwood, we can put that to bed now, and move on, because I think some fans, and I said it in the podcast earlier with Dave, that some fans will bang his head, bang a baton over his head over that, and probably rightly so. But I think it's all about Tottenham now. It's all about keeping us in the Premier League. And whatever else comes down the road, we're just going to have to leave it coming down the road. Bit surprised he's saying the big up to Vinay and Johan Lang. They won't be here in the summer, hopefully. They will be gone. And he also said something in the press conference about, and I think I've got it later, about why he left other clubs where teams have to have the money and my buy the players for me. Well, you better get Johan Lang and Vinay better get the check for that, because this man's going to want plenty of players to come and play his style of football. He was then asked, "You must be confident about keeping Spurs up, especially as there's no break clause in your contract if the club go down." Now, this one, I apologize, the write's a bit small if you are watching this on mobile phones, but there was a lot to cram in here. But I'm going to read it out, and then we're going to sort of dissect it a little bit if we can. He says, "Well, listen, I believe to keep the Premier League has to be clear for everyone, because I want to work in the Premier League. I think I deserve to be working in the Premier League." So he's already got that bit of arrogance about him, isn't he? A little bit of not probably a big head, but probably a positive arrogance about him. But the main sense of my work is more than legal. But anyway, I'll sign my contract in April. I have to ready to stay no matter what in the next season. So I want to stay focused on Sunderland and other games again. But my idea is very clear. Some players have been linked with leaving in the summer. It is part of your job to convince them to stay. And he also went on to say, if no player wants to stay here, then they can go. No, no, no. It's not important for me now. Now we have to push all together, all players, all staff, all people inside the training ground, fans inside the stadium, to achieve our goal. And then we will see. For sure, I don't want players if they don't want to stay. My contract is for 5 years. For sure, I want to say my opinion in transfer market sessions, because I am a coach, but I want to see the players happy to work in this club. And I think it's great that he's sort of committing himself. Look, I'm coming here. I am going to be here next season, whatever happens. And with the players as well, I think he's right to say to the players, look, it's all about Premier League survival. It's all about playing for me for 7 games. Then in the summer, if you want to go and you don't want to be here, then go. Just leave. Um, and I like that. And I think that's direct with them. The players know where they stand, and he knows where he stands with them. But he is right when he says it's important for me now that we all push all together, all the players, all the staff, all the people inside the training ground, all the fans inside the stadium, to achieve our goal. And our goal is Premier League survival. And he knows that as well. So he's not worrying about philosophies, or he's not worried about if players want to go or not. It's all about players that are going to be here. for the next 7 games, going to put 120% in and keeping this football club within the Premier League. That is his goal. That is his aim to come in here. And what happens next season and in the summer and next season happens next season and in the summer. It's just one of them things. Big up to Joe Blogs. He says, cheers, them. Big up to you, Joe. Big up Stephen Cartwright. Come on, the Wanderers. Yes, Wolves tonight. We all becoming Wolves fans all of a sudden. Big up to Carl. This 100% he can save it. Is going to be a masterstroke. I hope so, Carl. I hope so. Me and Dave were talking about it earlier, and what I got out of that conversation I had with Dave was, you know, will these players react to pressure? Will these players react to the pressure of, say, if West Ham win tonight, going into a bottom three on Sunday? Would they wilt under that pressure? And these players have proven, yes, they can play under the ultimate pressure and win in a Europa League, but they've showed in the Premier League when it comes to Premier League pressure, they cannot cope with it. And look, I still think we're going to get 2 wins out of the last 7. I think we're going to get 38 points, and that will be enough to stay up. But it's down to De Zerbi, and he's right what he says. It's everyone's in it together. It's not just the players, it's the staff, it's the fans, it's the directors. Everyone's got to be pulling in the right direction. And he's right about saying that. Also, what he says at the beginning, which I like as well, it comes across, doesn't it, at the beginning that where is it? I believe I believe to keep the Premier League has to come clear from everyone. I want to work in the Premier League. I think I deserve to be working. And again, it's that slight arrogance about them that I'm a good at what I do. I deserve this. I deserve to be manager of Tottenham Hotspur. I deserve to be a Premier League manager. And I like that. I like that. It's sort of Italian, South American arrogance, and it can work for you. It can rub off on the players that the players. Do you know what? We're good enough to be here. We're good enough to play here. And if you got a manager like Thomas Frank's press conference, they were really boring. That's why I never did them because they were so boring to watch. I fell asleep through 3 of them. Seriously, I put on. I was sitting one night, decided to put one on. 10 minutes I was conked out in Dodo Land. He was so boring to listen to. And Igor Tudor as well. He wasn't much better. But with De Zerbi, he's coming in with a slight arrogance. He's coming in. I am the manager that's going to keep us in the Premier League. I deserve to be here. I deserve to be working in the Premier League. And hopefully he can rub that off on the players too. That he can see, look, if I deserve to be working here, you deserve to be playing here. And let's hope that does work over. Carl saying 7 wins. Yeah, 7 out of 7. I mean, yeah. I mean, if that, I'll go down to the bookies tomorrow and put a bet on that, but I'll probably get about 1,000 to 1. Um, so that was sort of the two first start of this press conference. I was really impressed with. I'm just impressed with him and his attitude and the way he's coming across. And I'm excited. He's making me excited. He's making me really excited about the last 7 games of the season. Where, normally we wouldn't have anything to play for, but we do have something to play for. But the problem is, I'm looking forward to what he can do on the off season in the June, getting them back in July for preseason, start off for preseason training, preseason games, and kick off ready for next season, wherever we may be. He was asking for a message to the fans. And again, it's important that we, the fans, get behind this manager. We, the fans, start to, give him the support that he needs, that we make the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium a fortress again, because over the last 18 months, it has not been a fortress. It's been a place where away teams have come and they've enjoyed their game there. They've enjoyed the day at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And we need to change that. Now, however we change it, it needs to be changed. But he did say, I haven't any message. Also, the last game, they were fantastic before the game. They deserved this. Um, Before the game, the message for my staff, the players, is we have to deserve their support because the fans are suffering like us, like the players. They're just one club, one team. The players can change team, but the fans, the club is unique. We need to make the fans happy with the right football and the right spirit and behavior on the pitch. And he's spot on with that. He is right. When players can change teams, Do you know, in the summer, players will leave Tottenham Hotspur Football Club and go to another team. And when they go to the other team, that player will give 100% commitment to that team. His commitment to Tottenham's over. And he's right. Us fans, we support Tottenham from the moment we are born to the day we die. We Tottenham fans all our lives, and we can't go. Do you know what? I'm getting a bit sick of supporting Tottenham. I'm going to go and support Man United now. And after a while, do you know what? I might transfer, say, to Leeds. I like Leeds; they're a bit good. So he's right, and I like it when he says that the players we have to deserve their support. I That's another thing as well about it. He's coming out and saying, right, you have not deserved the fans' support this season because of the way you've played, because of the way you've gone about your job, the way you've gone around in certain games. We now, us, me, the manager, you, my coaching staff, the players, we have to earn their support. And he's right in what he's saying. And again, it's that, and I keep saying it, it seems to be something that keeps coming up. It's that sort of arrogance that we have to deserve that. And these he's got to get it into the players' heads that they can't just rock up to the stadium and expect to put in a bad performance and expect our fans to be happy. We're not going to be. There's going to be booing. There's going to be. We're going to tell these players what we think of them, and these players have not earned the right to wear the shirt. They're not wearing the shirt with pride. They're wearing the shirt just because it's a shirt to wear. I'm earning 100 grand a week wearing this shirt. Well, I'm sorry, you don't. You have to earn the right to wear the shirt. You have to earn the right to play for the badge. And as many fans that would give their back teeth to play for Tottenham Hotspur and go out that pitch and give it, and we will give it our all. Some of these players don't. The likes of Porro, only true supporters. Well, I'm sorry, he doesn't deserve to wear the shirt. So he's got to earn that right. And he's right. De Zerbi's right in that. You've got to earn that right. Um, he was then asked how many players have any players surprised him in training. And he said, in the last period, I watched a lot of games, especially Tottenham. And yes, one thing is to watch the game at home, and the different thing is to work with them on the pitch. We have very big players, young players, Bergville, Archie Gray, Matez Dell, Simmons. But in a way, we have older players that are important, like Van der Ven. Van der Ven is a crucial player for me, like Romero, like Porro, like Solanke. I want to see again the same Gallagher I loved in Chelsea time. I think I'm lucky because I have big confidence in my players. Their qualities for me. My target is to help them play well and enjoy with the ball because their characters are very clear for me. And that's what it is, isn't it? It's about the players enjoying the playing football again, enjoying just playing a game and taking away the pressure of a relegation fight because you can get bogged down if you let the pressure get on top of you. Something Tequila said last night. We can we only us can prove to where we go in our destiny. But also, if West Ham win tonight, that puts pressure on the team for Sunday. And these players have somehow, and the manager and the coaching staff have to take the pressure away from the players, make it a fun environment, change the environment that, okay, we're in this fight, but let's go into it with a positive attitude, with a positive mentality. If we do go 1-0 down, let's not worry about it. Let's regroup. Let's get back and let's get back to basics and start again. And I think that's what it's got to do. Too many times this season, Tottenham players, when we've got 1-0 down, their heads are dropped. They're gone. The confidence is gone. These players have no confidence. And it's down to him over the last 12 days to build these confidence up by putting his arm around the shoulder of some players, giving some players a kick up the arse. And he is right when you look at, we've got Archie Gray, Matez Tell, Simmons playing with, I mean, especially Tell and Simmons playing with no confidence whatsoever. Archie Gray, I think, has grown and I think in the last second part of this season he has grown. He's grown to be a very good player, and I think there's more to come. And like Bergville as well, these young players come on and they put the shirt on because they want to play for Tottenham. They're proud to wear the shirt. Also, they come out with a bit of attitude, like the pressure doesn't get to them. I think it doesn't get to the younger players. It might get to older players, but I think the younger players play for this bit of freedom that it doesn't bother us. It won't affect us because we're young and we've got this attitude. All we want to do is play football. All we want to do is go out and kick a ball around. And he's got to get that, and his qualities as well as a manager, he's got to get that into the players that need an arm around the shoulder, need to tell 'em, look, you're a great player. You'd be able to do it. A bit like a Mateus Dale or a Simmons or players like that need an arm around the shoulder. So for me, I like what he says here, and everything I'm liking so far is making me like this manager more and more. And he's a manager, I think, that can do good things at Tottenham. He went on to said also, why only two coaches? Yes, he has only brought two coaches along with him. And normally, if you come into a job, you're bringing all your coaching staff. And he made a very good point here. It is totally different, this situation, because we have no time to work, like in Brighton time. I don't want to confuse the players inside the place. And it's about, you don't want to give them too much information. You want to give them enough information for them to deal with. And it has to be done by game basis. And it's about, right, we're not going to, Thomas Frank, Ugo was just giving them information upon information upon information upon information. They were getting overloaded with what they were supposed to do instead of what Carrick did at United. Make it simple. Just make it simple for the players. The players are good enough; they can work it out themselves. They're professional footballers. So if you make it simple for a player, he will work the rest out himself. You got to make it simple. You got to make it that they can enjoy in what they're doing. And I think that is what he's trying to do. So I look, it doesn't worry me. He's already bought two coaches. He'll probably add to that in the summer and bring more people in before preseason. So when preseason starts, um, I think we'll be on hitting the ball running. Then the last thing he was asked, will he stay at Spurs for a long time? And this was important because there's been a lot of communication or a lot of rumors that he's got a relegation clause in his contract. We did say in the channel when he was announced that there wasn't one in there. We did break that first. So I mean, I love his answer again. He says, I stayed 3 years with Sassuolo. Then I left from Ukraine when the war started in Brighton. I left for different problems, and in Marseille, maybe the same. I would like to stay 4 or 5 for a long time. I don't know how many years, but in Marseille like this, because in Marseille, my idea was to stay for a long time. Then you have to speak with the club. And when you have different view of football or other things, you have to leave money. You have to leave. But my plan for sure, there is an idea to stay for a long time to try to put Tottenham. I'm not speaking about titles because it's not the right moment now, but to put Tottenham to stay in the first position in the Premier League because they are all parts reach that level. And I'm glad he's committing himself to wherever we are next season. And if we do go down, I'm sure he doesn't want to be the first manager since Keith Birkinshaw that gets relegated 49 years ago. And I'm sure he want to save us. But also, I said at the time, this was a marriage made a convenience because, to be fair, he didn't need us. We needed him. And he was able to dictate his terms of his contract, money, and Tottenham just had to bend over and give it to him because they were in the situation they needed the manager more than the manager needed us. So look, I like the idea that he wants to stay 4 or 5 years. Yes, he did leave Brighton under a bit of a cloud. Yes, he did leave Marseille for the same reason. But we know this manager only spends 2 to 3 years at a football club, and then it's all hell breaks loose. But we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. But that was all really. Um, we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. But I like it that he wants to stay. I do like it. I do like it. Well, look, I thought that was the most important bits of the press conference. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, please let me know in the comments what you want me to do more, or what you want to see more? You want more of the questions, or do you want me to keep doing it as I'm doing it? So let me know. Let me go through some of the comments and we will end it off there. Bring up the frog on the wall. Potentially season defining weekend for many bottom clubs this weekend. Yeah, I think you're right, Frog. Very defining weekend. It really is for us, for West Ham. I think if Leeds and Forest win, I think they're safe. And then it will be a shootout between us two. At Thrive, at the end of the day, things can be talked into existence. Players have to perform when it matters. They do. They do have to. They do have to. On Sunday, Spurs have to come out and perform because the game matters. Like you tonight, West Ham have to come out and perform because the game matters tonight. It's about can the players play under that pressure? Can they play under that pressure? And that's what I like about De Zerbi. And that's why when he was saying in his press conference, is about all of us are together, but also the instructions have to be simple. Carrick did it at United, as I said before. Look where United are now. So look, it's interesting. The first press conference is done. Let me know in the comments what you think. There will be another one, of course, next Friday at 5. Right. I am going to turn this into if I remember how to do it. How do I do it now? How do I do it? How do I do it? There was a way of. Oh, I know what I have to do. Right. The last 5 minutes will be, no, not this week, but next week. The last 5 minutes of this stream will go directly to members, where you members get to ask me a question. So do put it into the member section of this show. Ask me a question and I will try to answer it on the press conference. But guys, that is it. We are back later at 7:45 for the hate along. Wolves, West Ham versus Wolves. Yes, I am doing a hate along to that. Can Wolves beat the West Ham? Please, God, we're all Wolves fans tonight. But do join me at 7:45. Whatever you do, enjoy the rest of your Friday. Come on, you Spurs. In De Zerbi, we trust.